Hi guys, and welcome to the Devonshire Dis, a Devonshire take on all things Disney. Today, this is a short episode just to introduce myself and give you the lowdown of what to expect from this brand new podcast. A Disney podcast for the community with a West Country feel. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Devonshire Dis. Today's episode is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. In this episode, I wanted to say hello and thank you for spending part of your day listening to the Devonshire Dis podcast. By way of introduction, my name's Adam and I'll be your chief flight attendant today. As you probably guessed from the name of this podcast and the general tone of my voice, I'm from the land of Queen First, in the UK down in the West Country, and have been a passionate fan of all things Disney from early beginnings, watching Mickey cartoons in the mid-80s, to Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers Tailspin, and timeless films such as The Lion King through the 90s. In 1991, my family and I took our first trip across the pond to the most magical place on earth, where it was celebrating its 20th anniversary. What a party that was, and like so many million others, I was instantly hooked. Through the 90s and onwards, I was fortunate enough to travel the highway in the sky to Walt Disney World, and later shorter breaks across the channel to Disneyland Paris to further feed the Disney bug we all have inside. In 2005, I was able to gently persuade my parents that Disney Vacation Club would be a decent investment, and I quickly invested myself, becoming a proud owner of a very tiny portion of Disney's Saratoga Springs resort. In 2009, I met my beautiful wife, who also has Disney running through her veins, and we've enjoyed many a trip together, either over in Paris or more frequently to Florida. And in 2019, we welcomed our little princess into the world, who is a fully fledged Disney child and a huge Rapunzel fan. We had the opportunity in February of this year to take our princess across to our happy place and to stay in our home DVC resort, and it was hands down my favourite trip to date. To see her face light up when she saw the castle and her favourite characters flying on Dumbo, it was worth every Disney dollar they could ask for. I'm sure we'll discuss recent trips and differences of a Disney holiday as an adult to now parents from our perspective in episodes to come. So what is Devonshire Dis all about? Well, currently it's a blank canvas, awaiting to be filled with plenty of discussion and general chit-chat surrounding all things Disney. This includes plenty of conversation surrounding the parks near and far, from news to trip reports, to roundtable discussions, and hopefully some hints and tips for those planning their next escape to the kingdoms of magic. We'll cover Disney Plus and the new movies and shows that we're all enjoying. At the time of this recording, we're very much enjoying the latest step back into the galaxy with Andor. I'm hoping to speak to those who really create the magic for all of us. Cast members from past and present, and hopefully some of you who have had the privilege of flying the British flag as a cultural representative or a cast member. We'd also love to hear from Disney content creators and what sparked their passion for the mouse and their journey into this modern media sharing community that we're all very much part of today. Before I say bye, you may have noticed some not so subtle references to a few of my favourite Disney attractions through the episode. I would love to hear how many you spotted in the comments to this episode, and you can engage with me and everything Devonshire Dis through Instagram by following @Devonshire_Dis. As I mentioned earlier, I'd really like this podcast to be a channel which brings like-minded Disney folk together. So if you would like to share your thoughts and stories upon a Devonshire Dis episode, from trip insight to opinions on breaking news, please get in contact with me. Also, for all those Brits considering becoming DVC members, or who are already part of the DVC family, please check out the Brits Guide to DVC podcast, hosted by my good friend Kevin. A real informative and friendly podcast focusing on all things DVC. I contribute to the podcast myself, along with other DVC members, as we share hints and tips regarding the vacation club, resort stays, and discussions concerning the resale market. But for now, friends, I would like to once again share my thanks for all who have tuned in today. I hope you will come along for the ride with Devonshire Dis as we grow together. Kwa harini, and we'll see you next time.